Second TU-TESOL International Conference, Kathmandu, Nepal, 29-30 May 2026.
Okay, respected all, good morning. And today is the second day of our conference. And as we had the day before, today as well we have keynote speeches, we have plenaries, we have panel discussion, and we have concurrent sessions. So today's session will begin with keynote speech, and this keynote speech will be delivered by V. Girija, Professor, Chennai, India. Professor Girija will present her keynote speech in front of you. Before that, I would like to request Mr. Maniram Sharma to share her background.
Thank you very much. Dr. B. Girija is a professor at the School of Education, Belgian Institute of Science and Technology, and Advanced Studies in Pallavaram, Chennai, India. She holds PhD in Education, Master degree in different subjects, Management, Sociology, Education, and English. Along with her regular teaching at the university, she is working as a research supervisor and has supervised more than half dozen of PhD theses. She has published research articles in the Scopus Index journals and UGC Care and peer-reviewed journals. She has enriched profile publishing different books and contributing to the education sector of government. She has organized international conferences, faculty development programs, seminars, and has handled 3 postdoctoral projects as a UGC reviewer. In addition, she is an editor, review member in Journal of Emerging Technologies and Innovation.
Happy morning to everyone present here. Good morning. And the most honorable Vice Chancellor of the most renowned old university, Tribhuvan University, and the respected registrar of this university, all the management authorities of the university, and the deans, directors, and HODs of Tribhuvan University, and all the faculty members, and all the organizing committee members, the chair of the 2-day TU-TESOL International Conference, Spirituality, Resilience, Wisdom, and Educational Heritage. To share my thoughts on the topic, which is not only educational but transformational, integrating 21st century competencies in curriculum and pedagogy. And at the heart of every meaningful conference, there lies just not the sharing of thoughts and ideas, but the creation of dynamic intellectual space, a space where the dialogues are exchanged. Dialogues build relationships, understanding, and then it fosters empathy and lays foundation for transformational change. I want you to raise your hands if we have started already using digital tools in teaching. So, as we all know, the traditional curricula were designed for industrial era. It was standardized, it was teacher-oriented, it was examination-oriented, and information-focused. We have to give them, we have to engage them experientially, and they need flexible learning pathways. These are the essential skills that we have to develop in the curricula, including the curricula. So on developing curriculum, we need to answer 3 important questions. Automation, rapid technological change, and global uncertainty. Knowledge alone is no longer enough.
Exam result oriented, and I frequently teach that Krishnamurti's opinion also, that another Osho's opinion also. Even Osho says no exam is necessary. An inferiority complex will born if we fail our students. So we are in trap, in ironical situation. What should we do? Are we passing our students through exam or giving them knowledge? Discussing about any text, then what will be the value? And I think, what is my opinion is that even mobile use also should be done in such conference because we are given notebook. We have to write something.
Yeah, you mentioned assessing ethical problem solving. And so I'd like to hear just a little more of that. Could you give me an example of what an assessment of ethical problem solving would be?
We do give proper weightage for knowledge, understanding, analysis and application. So in the application part, I think we can include such kind of questions, problem solving questions. We can give some scenarios.
And what is covered within the term? Say this term covers science, these subjects, this area of English. So it has to be implemented on a daily routine basis and not once in a while like this approach.
I want to thank you for the opportunity given by your HOD and Dr. Shivram Pandey, whom we met in Malaysia. Like this one of the conference in Malaysia which was organized by Priya ma'am. So I would encourage all the participants here, the scholars, the paper presenters and other faculty members to always engage yourself in such kind of conference to have good connections for your future growth. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, please stand up. Please give a round of applause.
I must salute first to all the participants who are here today and the keynote speakers from abroad, especially Malaysia and Chennai, India. And I must salute and respect the Department of English Education, who has organized such an international conference from home, and abroad. So I am really delighted to see the participants from different countries and from our one, let's say, country, from different districts. So I must utter the name of the head, Professor Dr. Lokraj Redmi, Associate Professor. He is going to be a professor, so perhaps. Yes. Okay. So, for giving this, let's say, opportunity to give a keynote on this occasion. So, I must respect the senior professors I have seen whose teaching has always mesmerized me a lot. As well as Professor Dr. V. Girija. As she mentioned earlier, we met in Malaysia and she is from Chennai. So the good minds are always respected and remembered. So this is, after all, the result of remembrance, the memento that we hide in different places and then they were here now. So therefore, quality, after all, is not a matter of accident. It is always the matter of, let's say, it is always the result of intelligent effort. So I just happened to listen Dr. Girija's, Professor Girija's presentation, and I was really overwhelmed with the massive information she brought from, especially the Indian philosophers and the Indian, let's say, researchers. Really think reads and reads, you will read. So it is up to us how we think, what we think, and then what we, actually make our learners. Thank you very much. Once again, one great philosopher who even became president at your country, maybe Kalam, right? Who said that if you salute your duty, you need not cannot salute anybody. If you pollute your duty, then you have to salute everyone. See? So pollute and salute. Okay? So this is what we call, see how important point is the philosopher actually has made. After all, this is a kind of binary system. So there is a has deconstructed this binary system in the language as well. We need not forget, right? Derrida in this case. So beyond the binary, there is a lot information for existing. Earlier outside, we had a slight talk. So can I take a little water? Actually, I remember Howard Gardner, who says, kinesthetic intelligence. She brought dynamism, even from standing. What? I cannot do that. So Aristotle says it is always the matter of habit that matters a lot. And habit formation, right? It is what? Habit is the matter of excellence. Or excellence is a matter of habit. This is what Aristotle says. So, multi-dimensional again. Sorry. So once in a classroom, one of the students asked me a question. The question is all about, what is a teacher? Then I said, a teacher is a student. Okay? So what I said is, a teacher is a student. After all, I am not a teacher. I am a student. If I really become a student, I can teach better. Otherwise, I am not a good teacher, I said. For some time, the student who asked that question, get muddled and puzzled. This teacher actually speaks, right? A teacher and the student, right? So the students wondered, and the answer, you see, made them ponder for some time. See, so anyway, I continuously, persistently, and consistently, started saying, and then, they realized. So it is again Vivekananda, I remember. Yes. He was thinking over, right? See? So you can link this inside our classroom activity, givers and takers. So they will make you thirsty and they will put you on a path to explore answers. I have 3 children at home. Okay? I always like to give, birth to multiple children. So that multiple intelligence, multiple opportunities, multimodal curriculum, right, can be generated. One is a doctor, medical doctor, one is computer engineer. Curriculum is so multi-dimensional. As Dr. Panthi was earlier raising, you see, the question of curriculum. Curriculum is very difficult to answer sometimes. It is so broad. So therefore, I have given birth to some words here. Respire, respiration. Because the children are closer to her and they all give the account to her. And father is always poor at home. See? So the poor man poorly creates such words and then run his or her livelihood. See? So the philosophy, you see, behind this. Therefore, coming together is beginning. Matter of collaboration. As Dr. Girija earlier mentioned, I met Dr. Pandey at Malaysia, and then we had that kind of tie, educational tie or professional tie You see, and then we are here today. So coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. This is keeping together. So it is a matter of progress. And then working together is success. See, collaboration, after all, wins. So collaboration is the fuel that allows common learners to attain uncommon results.
20 minutes, 10 minutes more. Yeah, so let us go.
We have motion and emotion side by side. Yes. And we should not forget there is intellect. Right? Otherwise anything can happen. See, why sometimes some people commit suicide? High emotion, but you see less. The intellect did not, let's say, control. So therefore, we need to control. So will you please ponder on it, what it actually suggests. So anybody can contribute some ideas on it. Yes, anybody can guess. Elaborate. This is very simple, right? This is all about our attitude, right? Our academic altitude, right? You can coin a lot. So we have different roles. B, our behavior. Our, what else? Any other things? C, character. Character is my degree. People say that. Life is my examination. And character is my degree. And the whole universe is my university. Right? So, how important character is. And then, D means discipline. After all, organizing conference is discipline activity. Right? We are in, discipline, everyone. Alright? While, let's say, taking lunch or taking, classes. And then also decision making side by side. Sir, who is helping me here? So, there is one remark of a student. I asked one of my students to read the passage and pick the right answers. There were 20 multiple test items from the passage. He ticked all the right answers. Then I asked, how did you correct all of them? He replied that he used GPT. Then I felt that deep understanding, creativity, critical thinking, communication and collaboration parts were bankrupt due to over-reliance on AI. Okay? As Dr. Kwanfi was raising the same thing. So over-reliance on, this AI is, after all, very bad. So old people are not that much good to use AI. I'm also not that very much, good person to, let's say, use AI and handle technology very properly. देखने भए आंसू की नाव बगते होला परेलीले छेक्ने भए. Kind of creativity. A teacher, should bring a flow, fluency, flavor, right? Of, sometimes music, sometimes poems, sometimes novels, in the curriculum, so that our students get fascinated and then learn better. And then this is all about creativity, thinking out of the box. So do we think, as teachers? We, of course. And the matter of collaboration is equally important. These words are, very vibrant since yesterday. So I don't think I have to repeat all these things. Some interesting places.
Wow.
Yes, in discount. I did not have to pay. Because of my, music and dance, I let's say, saved some, some account. See, therefore, even the research, if you Google, the best teacher sings, the best teacher dances. Even Osho says, life is a music, you sing it. Life is a dance, you dance it, right? So Osho, you need to go to Tapovan once, and then how people laugh there, how people dance there in a very lovely nature. So therefore, digital literacy. I teach at B.Ed level, scholars as well. If we talk about our English course, perhaps it is based on these 21st century skills. For example, linguistics, the pronunciation part, communication part, creative thinking. You have, critical reading course is there, literature is there, right, to enhance, poems and then other kinds, let's say literary devices. Because time is, sometimes there is not a woman done surveys towards a broken tree, still the love I made are vivid in my memory. Do you remember who said this? One poet, he's from Ireland, but I forgot the name. All right. Anyway, so in the curriculum, let the questions be the curriculum. Let the questions be the curriculum. So are we allowing, if the classroom is very much dominated, this cannot be smelled. So life is a school and problems are the curriculum. So we need to address these problems in the curriculum. And a curriculum is simply a map, not the territory. True education goes behind the syllabus. It is the spark that teaches a student how to learn, adapt, and think independently. Sir? Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Pandey. I think we really enjoyed it. He is really fantastic. He always uses metaphors and things, right? Thank you very much, Dr. Pandey. Please give a round of applause to her. Now, Dr. Pandey, you made us
कस्तो राम्रो लाग्यो कि मलाई आज होल मैले सरको प्रेजेन्टेसन सब भिडियो गरेर राखेको
to identify the opportunities and the challenges and to investigate the impacts on the engagement and the language skills to the learners and to explore the opportunities and challenges simultaneously by focusing on the mix higher classroom participation and improve the critical thinking and collaborative learning through the blended, similarly gamified and flipped pedagogy.
This cultural background has been motivating themselves to enhance their pedagogical practices in the classroom. So, rationale of this study goes like this: help the teachers, curriculum designers, educational training centers, and all the stakeholders of education to shape their ideologies regarding how teachers' teaching strategies are shaped because of their cultural environment. And very short that is not done such research among female teachers of Tamil community through narrative inquiry. So, literature review, unfolding the concept of culture. What culture exactly is, I have gone through that point, and it is a matter of identity, inborn property, or carries history and values. Like open library, culture is a kind of open library which teaches norms, values, rules, and regulations, and so on.
So, deep learning preference for education streams is very training here in the result. Anyways, I tried to identify the stream and subject preferences of SPE graduates and what are the factors influencing them to choose those types of subjects, institutions, or make the decisions.
जस्तै हामीले चाहिँ पोलिसी लागू गर्दाखेरि हाम्रोमा के भयो भन्दा पोलिसी बनाउनु के भयो प्र्याक्टिस हामी कक्षा कोठा चाहिँ मल्टिलिङ्गुअल भयो त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ इफेक्टिभली त्यो परियोजना कार्यान्वयन हुन सकेको छैन कुनै पनि भाषा मातृभाषालाई माध्यमका रूपमा बहुभाषिक शिक्षाको मर्मलाई सम्बोधन गर्नको लागि हामीले स्थानीय भाषा अथवा स्थानीय विषयका रूपमा नेपाल भाषा पढाएका छौँ भनेर स्थानीय नीति निर्माताहरूले गरेको दाबी कसरी अभ्यासमा आएको छ भनेर चाहिँ नेपाल भाषा शिक्षण र चुनौती शिक्षणको अवस्था कस्तो छ र
our school program. And similarly, I have gone through another document that is TU Vision 2030, which also talk about that active and interactive classrooms. And there is the issue of digitalizations, though this is not my area, but there is the issue of digitalization. But at the same time, the policy documents talks on that the active and so that the interactive classroom. So I found that policy documents are in line with so that the active and autonomous practices in Nepal. Then what I found that gap is that very clear. We clearly say that even if in my earlier pictures they clearly say that reflect that there is a gap in implementation level. Yes, some empirical study have proven that though clear thought in first, say that the policy documents are there in active and what is there, let me come to that the empirical references, what they claim when we talk about that the active and autonomous classroom.
Real truth inside this. So is it good going on? What shall we do? So there are ethical issues connected with this situation. So what is surveillance capitalism? I have just taken the reference from Susna Jobov. Here, algorithm, the tool surveillance capitalism uses, intersects with infidelity. It gives a platform to, let's say, spread unnecessary.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mahendra, representing Department of English Education here at Mahendra Ratna campus, Tahachal. Yeah, we are very happy to organize 2 days international conference relating to English language teaching, research, methodology, and innovative competencies for 21st century skills. So this 2 days international conference has brought different kind of approaches from home and abroad, and especially talking about the teachers' professional development, research, and contemporary issues about the English language teaching in Nepal. So this is the age of science and technology. We all are talking about the artificial intelligence, and this conference has brought different kind of issues about the English language teaching all across the country, as well as the global areas. Okay, so this Mahendra Ratna campus Tahachal is very glad to say that this conference is very much insightful and very much effective for all the people who are engaged in English language teaching, research, and methodology. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Panel discussion. I would like to request the panelists to come and sit on the dais. So, first of all, I will request Professor Dr. Zaira Zawusti to come and sit on the chair as a panelist. And the next distinguished scholar is Professor Dr. Vinod Luitel. So I request Professor Dr. Vinod Luitel to come and sit on the chair as a panelist. The next scholar is Dr. Balaram Adhikari. Has he not come yet? Okay, I request Dr. Balaram Adhikari to come and sit on the chair of panelists. The next scholar is Mr. Raju Shrestha from Curriculum Development Center. At this juncture, I would like to share the background of the panelists. Dr. Jairaj Awasthi is a professor of English education at Tribhuvan University and has served in the Nepalese academic community for more than 5 years. For more than 5 decades. As the leading faculty of the Department of English Education, Professor Awasthi served for decades in developing and implementing English language teaching education courses. He served as chair of the English and other foreign languages subject committee as the faculty of education of Tribhuvan University. Later, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Awasthi, founded and led Far Western University in Nepal. Wherever he worked, whether as an English language educator at the department or a leading figure, he still remains active and continues to demonstrate academic excellence, guiding hundreds of graduate students at Tribhuvan University, Kathmandu University and other universities across the country. He has published widely in the field of language teacher education and teacher professional development. Distinguished scholars, and I would like to highlight one thing. It was 2053 Bikram Sambat, 1997 I think. It was another conference held at Budanil Country School, and Professor Awasthi was conducting a panel discussion. At that time we had the echo of communicative approach to language teaching. So the title was, are we able to implement communicative language teaching to Nepalese context? He was the moderator, and Professor Tejranda Kamshakar, Tapasi Bhattacharya and Ramashis Giri, they were panelists. I remember that. It was the first panel discussion I heard, I took part, I saw it. So I regard that panel discussion. Now I would like to go ahead. Now this is about the curriculum of 3-year B.Ed English education. So I would like to begin in short with some historical or some very important moments in the past. It was 2050 and there was the introduction of compulsory English, general English in B.Ed. Before that we didn't have. And that particular course included 4 different books. A course in general English, prepared by our senior teachers, and grammar, communicative grammar of English, CGE, certain parts by Geoffrey Leach, and 30 days more powerful vocabulary, and another grammar by Raymond Murphy.
So whatever was available, we used to read and induct them in the syllabus. That was only source of knowledge. And then our own intuition, what we think is okay, it's a judgmental, as I said yesterday also, it's a top-down approach. We thought that whatever we studied, our students also should study the same thing. The teachers who taught me literature, they thought that Shakespeare is wonderful for the students. So everybody should study Shakespeare. When I did MA, I studied 9 of Shakespearean drama. So that was what we had in our mind. And our gurus, they were taught by the Bengali teachers or teachers from Patna. They also inculcated the same thing that their teachers came. Now, going back to your very pertinent question, whether it's a paradigm shift or philosophical shift. With my knowledge, with my experience, where teachers were supposed to be the knowledge bearer, they were supposed to be the God, they were supposed to say Tahachal to their students. So therefore we moved from that teacher-centered pedagogy to learner-centered. Now these days we learn from our own students. We thought that students study, read, as Dr. Bhattacharya was pointing out yesterday.
He is also an eyewitness of 3-year bachelor courses, and he himself is a very direct eyewitness of 4-year BA courses.
Thank you, Dr. Redmi, esteemed panelists and valued participants. So the question is highly relevant, and I want to be short as we have given the background itself, right? Yes, there was a time when people hesitated to score us for joining MEd, but in their heart there was a kind of scolding attitude. So that we have faced, and so like our Guruji has spent 51 plus years in association with Tribhuvan University. I also have spent from 2043 to 2083 a complete 4 decades from being a student to becoming the professor. And during this entire period, okay, so I also have faced, but I strongly believe, and that my belief was also supported by the experiences and evidences, from the people around, from the stakeholders around, going from Mechi to Mahakali. And nowadays, that era has shifted. And are you an English major student or others? So that person has mattered, but from M8TU or M8TU, that question has almost not mattered. Change in the scenario like this was due to the 1 decade or more time period when the content was actually well accommodated and served to our students.
Dr. Adhikari himself he was involved in designing courses in 3-year B.Ed as well as in 4-year B.Ed. So, are we able to narrow down the gulf created regarding the context of the content with the help of the present course? And what were the rationales behind adding the courses like critical readings, research methodology in our syllabus? So would you please be very specific and share some ideas in this context? Balram sir, please.
Thank you, sir. It's a matter of pride to be here with Professor TU-TESOL and Rajasur and sir. First of all, there is some disclaimer. Whatever I'm going to say here is based on my experience. And I have very, very pathetically limited international exposure. That's why what comes from what I'm going to say is based on my experience, that I had an opportunity to work under Professor Rabustri for, I think it's been 15 years, because it was 2010. I first had an opportunity to work in the primarily reading focused courses. First of all, what I missed as a student was the driving force for me to assert what has been in the present as good. What I'm saying is, when I was a master's level student, I felt terribly, deprived of the content, structures from communicative English and other structural grammars. But what I felt was, I was something, don't take it in a derivative way, I felt something like a beast which was forced to carry the load, something missing in the course that I was taught.
Well, at a school level, so what is your observation, very critical observation?
Thank you, Professor. I respected Guru, Professor Dr. Tahachal sir, and Professor Dr. sir, and sir, and all the distinguished participants. First of all, what I'd like to say is I'm also learner. I'm learning in the process of learning, and this 2053 is raised this in context, discussion of communicative approach, and this initiation has brought on my understanding how the communicative approach introduced in school curriculum. So it was 2054. It was 2054. Formally, language functions were introduced in schools. English curricula, and this was the contribution of our professor, Dr. Tahachal, who is here. So now I became able to connect this 2023 and 2054. This was also a kind of movement and a shift which has taken in the school education system. And so naturally, this changing process is natural. According to pace of time, change of course happens. So this is not unusual also. This is not surprising also. In the school education system, and if we remember National Curriculum Framework 2076, this is 2019. So in relation to school education system, how can we restructure or reorganize pastoral program? In this regard, I would like to share 2-3 points. So one is, I think it is urgent need to shift in approach also. So school education system since 2019, it has shifted to competency-based approach. So from early ECED to grade 12, so all levels and grades we have competencies.
Many questions. Okay. Okay. What do you choose to have? Either meal or questions? Okay.
मलाई अस्ति मेरो लगभग कान्तिपुरमा त्यो किलम्बु हुनुहुन्छ नि नारायण केतन उहाँ चाहिँ केही समस्या पऱ्यो एजुकेसनको कुदेर सर म आइहालेँ है भनेर क्यामेरा लिएर आउनुहुन्छ कि घर चाहिँ अनि अब अहिले अब भिसी सेलेक्सनको कुरा भइरहेको छ आइहाल्नुहुन्छ हाउ इङ्ग्लिस टिचर्स बिकम युनिभर्सिटी लिडर्स हाउ इङ्ग्लिस टिचर्स बिकम युनिभर्सिटी लिडर्स भनेर हामी 5 जना भाइस चान्सलर अकाडेमिक्सहरूको इन्टरभ्यू लिनुभयो उहाँको पिएचडी तिमीले चाहिँ हुन्छ नि अङ्ग्रेजी टिचरले कसरी लिडर हुन्छ
म जयराज सरको पहाडको घर पुगेको छु
गुरुको गाली त जहिले पनि ताली हामी एक्सेप्ट गर्छौँ
पहाडको घर हिँडेर पुगेको
सरको हजुर कता छ दार्चुला
तिमीहरूलाई त अब यो कन्टिन्यू गर है एउटा डेली एउटा रेकर्ड चाहिँ
Thank you.
त्यो यहाँ गाभिएपछि महेन्द्र रत्न क्याम्पस बन्यो। पहिला महेन्द्र पब्लिक कलेज थियो, त्यो पब्लिक कलेज हट्यो। त्यो यही हो, त्यो चाहिँ काठमाडौँ क्याम्पस काठमाडौँ। त्यसरी त्यही महेन्द्र पब्लिक कलेज जुन प्राइभेट थियो त्यो नै मर्ज भएर महेन्द्र क्याम्पस।
अनि जस्तो कलेज अफ एजुकेसन अन्तर्गतका प्रोग्राम चाहिँ सुरुदेखि नै सञ्चालन भएर
यहाँ आइएडहरू आइएड मात्रै हो होइन।
32 सालदेखि
नयाँ शिक्षा लागु भएपछि
त्योभन्दा अघि चाहिँ
त्योभन्दा अघि त
जस्तो नि 16देखि
त्योभन्दा अघि चाहिँ 2004 सालको जुन ट्रेनिङ सेन्टर यहाँ पछि भाषा इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेज ट्रेनिङ सेन्टर जहाँ महेन्द्र राणा सरहरूले चाहिँ पढ्नु अनि चन्द्रवीर सरहरूले पढाउनु भयो। रिम प्लान्ट त मैले अहिले पनि यहाँ पढाएको थियो। यहाँ पढाएपछि नयाँ शिक्षा लागु भइसक्यो। फर्स्ट भएर 2-3 याद मैले पढाएँ। 2 सेमेस्टर ट्रेनिङ भयो। पछि अनि नयाँ शिक्षा लागेपछि इन्स्टिट्युट अफ एजुकेसन भएपछि यहाँको त्यो कृतिको चाहिँ ल्याङ्ग्वेज डिपार्टमेन्ट मर्ज अनि मर्ज यहाँका चाहिँ 150 किताब पनि जोगेर यो माथि गयो। अनि यहाँनिर चाहिँ महेन्द्र क्याम्पस भनेर आइएड प्रोग्राम सकियो।
डाक्टर रमना शर्मा, डाक्टर टेकमरिका सर, डाक्टर शिवराम पाण्डे सर हजुरहरूको अगाडि राख्दै हुनुहुन्छ। कलम नै ल्याउन मसिनै ल्याउन, कलम नै ल्याउन मसिनै ल्याउन, मैले छुकी लेख्दिन धम्के कुरेली, मैले छुकी लेख्दिन मान्छेलाई विकास शर्मा सरले भने यो गीत त सुन्दाखेरि रुरु पनि लाग्छ भन्नुहुन्छ। हिजोको याद आयो मलाई, यो मेलोडीले हो कि शब्दले हो। सङ्कलन गरेको लोक भाषा हो, मैले आफूले जन्माएको होइन। चौतारी ज्यानको लहरे बर, चौतारी ज्यानको लहरे बर, भुइँ छुयो भुइँ टुप्पैले हो धम्के कुरेली, भुइँ छुयो भुइँ टुप्पैले हो धम्के कुरेली। बिन्जलसम्म घरबारे छैन, के गर्न मेरो पहिले हो धम्के कुरेली, के गर्न मेरो पहिले हो धम्के कुरेली। दाङबाट हाम्रो आदरणीय ताहासिम ओली सर हुनुहुन्छ, अन्य सरहरू नाच्दै हुनुहुन्छ। हरिलो बजार करेलो बेपार, हरिलो बजार करेलो बेपार, अखबारी चाहिँ लसर धम्के कुरेली, अखबारी चाहिँ लसर धम्के कुरेली। दोकाने खान लागेको माया, दोकाने खान लागेको माया, भएछ नि साउन मेरो धम्के कुरेली, भएछ नि साउन मेरो धम्के कुरेली।
धेरै गाह्रो भयो।
हिमाली भेको त्यो डाँफे छारी, हिमाली भेको त्यो डाँफे छारी, सिमल बासमा बसानी हो धम्के मनाउँदा चाहिँ ओइ धम्केको Thank you, हजुर, thank you so much. मलाई यति भाग्यमानी बनाइदिनु भयो यहाँको आशीर्वाद नै ठुलो कुरा रहेछ मोटिभेसन फिडब्याक गाइरहँ पढाइरहँ पढिरहँ भन्नुहुन्छ गुरुहरूले म त्यही गरिरहेको छु म एउटा ह्युमन नै हो टिचर भन्दा पनि एउटा ह्युमनको रूपमा क्लासरुममा छिरेर मैले इनोभेटिभ पेडागोजीलाई ट्रान्सफर्म गर्ने मैले जमर्को गरिरहेको छु मेरो आफ्नो बुद्धिले भ्याएसम्म कहिलेकाहीँ गीत पनि गाउँछु क्लासमा कहिलेकाहीँ रिस पनि उठ्छ गीत गाउने टिचर भन्छन् म त पढाउनु पनि परेन गीत गाउने भएछ भने तिमीहरूले नै फेरि रिपोर्ट गर्छौ सरले पढाउनुहुन्न गीत मात्रै गाउनुहुन्छ भने तिमीहरू नै हौ त्यही भएर शुक्रबार अलिकति थोरै गाउँछ है अरू बेला मलाई फोर्स नगर्छ हाम्रो कन्टेन्ट सकिँदैन फेरि कोर्स सकिँदैन भन्छु कहिले दुःख कहिले सुख यो प्रोफेसनल जर्नी भनेको निकै हुन त दुःखलाई आत्मसात गरौँ भने त्यही रिस्क भनेको त्यही रहेछ म धेरै बोलिनँ हजुरहरूलाई उच्च सम्मान थ्याङ्क यू सो मच
He received grants for his doctoral degree in English language education under Building Stronger University, Platform of Stability, Democracy and Rights from Aarhus University, Denmark. He received the TESOL award twice in 2013 and 2023 for his research. His areas of interest include language education policy and practices in school and tertiary level education, in which he has explored issues relating to justice, social justice and injustice, and equity and inequity and through education in the context of developing countries. He has widely published in the areas mentioned above.
So we all know our presentation is going to be what we call in Nepali Sand Amit Kodi's Halwa Makalwa. Just immediately after a very beautiful presentation by Kamalikanta Petwal. Okay, congratulations Mr. Petwal. Give a short presentation on Gen AI and student projects in English language teacher education, flagging the challenges to the right path. Okay, so we know, so there are two words nowadays which are not only at the tip of people's tongues, but some of them are at the tips of their fingers.
While Gen AI can produce a new content, it cannot generate new ideas or solutions to real-world challenges. Here is the paradox. As it does not understand real-world objects or social relations that underpin language.
Thank you, Professor, and thank you, plenary speakers. Thank you very much.
On behalf of China, Research Institute, Even University of
Okay, namaste and good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I should say something about myself, although just not how to introduce, but I think not very clear. You know, my name is Zhang Xinlian. I come from Qinghai Minzu University in Qinghai Province in China. Qinghai Province, maybe somebody knows that, located in Qinghai Tibetan Plateau. Over the Himalaya, that is Tibetan. Next to Tibetan is Qinghai Province. And I want to say. What I want to say is so many thanks to the Surya sir. And thanks for your invitation and thanks for your strong support. Especially take Chinese film and Nepali film for example. So this time I want to just make brief introduction about my research paper because the paper 24 pages so long, so I just want to make a brief introduction. Very clean Tibetan. China film market just shared a very small market. and the construction of cultural values in film requires emotional universality narratives to reduce cultural discord.
Thank you, sir, Professor Dean. So, thank you very much for your promotion in cultural diversity in the country. Thank you very much. We really appreciate the bilateral relationship between China and Nepal. Thank you very much. So, I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Den. Session is yours now.
Good afternoon, respected professor and guest. Thank you for inviting me to this academic meeting. I'm Deng Haixia from China. I'm a Chinese teacher in Nepali. I come from Confucius Institute at Tribhuvan University. I live in Jiangxi Province, Nanchang TV. I come from East China University of Technology. I feel that English teaching in Nepal is very effective. Almost everyone I meet could speak English, especially my Chinese students in Nepali. Their English is very good, which makes me feel very relaxed. I can use English as an intermediate language to teach Chinese. The low people may be very shy and not good at speaking. So I can only strive to learn the low language. However, in Nepali, I don't need to learn Nepali language, but I think it's better for me to learn the local language. In Nepali, every student I meet can understand me because I communicate with them without any difficulty. She told me why in my university, the college student who took 10 years, more than 10 years to learn Chinese, to learn English, but they can't speak with the Australian artist teacher. I'm also very eager to know the reason, the answer. As Chinese people, we are introverted and shy. Our culture tells us that one should pay attention to their words. In China, I think the men, I have to keep it here, but no.
Thank you very much. We'll have a concluding session again. We will be back in the hall at 4:20. That's all. Yeah, thank you very much.
The expert teachers and the experienced teachers and whatever the suggestions and guidelines are provided by the experienced teachers, the novice teachers simply imitate them. Just they imitate them so that they are called as a passive technician. So that novice teachers who are not allowed to use their creativity, the novice teachers or the teachers who are not given to or opportunities to reflect their own experiences, they are like the passive technicians. Teachers used to be only perceived as the consumers of knowledge. And the very issue is that suppose the teacher is teaching in this classroom and he faces the problem today. And if the teacher cannot reflect on his experience and cannot produce the knowledge at the knowledge level, not the skill level. That's why we have to change it. This limitation and that necessitate a more human-centered and context-sensitive model for the community knowledge. That's why we have to respect that part of our new communication. Collaborative and teamwork, as we said for this time, creativity and critical thinking, intercultural competence, problem solving. It means we are not making a pattern for our students here. We are making, let's say, a book, within which book he had, let's say, integrated more than 200 to 300 songs in a particular language which is spoken in Jumla district and in this very. In this book he has included many kind of, let's say, songs. That songs were completely capable enough to address these, let's say, place-based pedagogy. He has designed various, let's say, songs. That songs were completely, let's say, designed in its mother tongue. So it was a fantastic one. That is one illustration. That is a crucial example that I have found. If the let's say multilingualism and linguistic justice is applied in the Nepalese context or not. English is a poor language. This is a kind of false consciousness that English is a poor, it's a phenomenal language. If we are capable enough to handle this proficiently, then we can get higher opportunity. That is a false consciousness according to a decolonial, let's say, perspective if we go through.
Internet provides students vocabulary, grammar, and complex terms only 1014. Actually, to enhance English speaking, writing skill, and student increase the 2018 and 2019 pedagogies CLG, TDL, and CALL, and non-web-based radio videos. Outcomes interactive analysis will
there should be private school comparison to make it more effective.
So just one question to you, Asmita. So do you have any specific solution how we can produce common skill teachers and literature in the core specific on your experience?
Not specific, but for now, based on my study, the teachers which are in secondary level English teachers, they can do inclusive multilingual practices in classrooms. They can use student-friendly environment.
If the teacher himself doesn't know the language, how do you think he can speak common English?
To give them the grade markings and other things, assessments, homework, it is rather too much hard for us. Because of the students who are just teaching nowadays. Educators are teaching to the students. So this AI helps to the students as well as to the teachers. In this way, for example, the feedback loop. Traditional grading, that means the traditional type of teaching, this is related to the teachers. Okay, heavy manual review. Traditional grading takes a heavy grading.
This issue, how I conceptualize the issue is that I myself became the reflected one in this issue. It is because most of the today's discourse focused on the communicative competence, learner-centered pedagogy, and formative assessment system. But instead, we have different view in the class. That is the traditional cultural approach we use in the class. So we must finish the course, right? And we must focus the students for the examination point of view. So examination oriented and traditional concept we are using in the classroom. Center pedagogy, but actually they are not able to perform such pedagogy in the classroom because of the many constraints in front of them appear. It is because they have to finish the course in time and they have to pass the different pedagogical approaches, communicative approaches in the class in ELT. So this study mainly examines the relationship between teaching materials and assessment system. Exactly the teaching materials, they are related to teaching teacher agency. So teacher have different ability to show, different ability to perform in the class, but they are not able to perform.
Clap on hand, 1 or 2. Clap on hand, 1 or 2. Second one is the same question sentence, which is also known as interrogative. So can you jump? Can you jump? Yes. Can you see? Definitely. So question also, so question asks both what and why. Question always asks what and why. Touch the ground, then jump and hide. This is the example of question sentence, yeah? Now let's move to command sentence. Stand up please, sit down. Command us what to do. March around with dancing shoes. March around with dancing shoes. And the last one is exclamation sentence. Wow, hooray! Wow, hooray! The rainbow bright. The rainbow bright. Wow, kasto light. Wow, kasto light. So exclamation sound with cheer. Do you know? So let's say again. Statement question. Statement question. Command exclamation. English Nepali hip hooray. English Nepali hip hooray. Sentence song is fun today. Sentence song is fun today. So do you like it? Yes. So I am from a bilingual class. So in my class, most of the students are from Maithili community. Yes, I am from Madhya province, and recently I have started my class in primary level also. I am a language teacher of the bachelor level, secondary level, and a part-time teacher in primary for my research. And what I found is teaching vocabulary in primary level is quite difficult because of the bilingual student, multilingual student. We talk that, we read, we talk, discuss that English is not our first language, this is second language. And where I belong to, English is a third language. Maithili is their first language, Nepali is their second language, and English their third language. So it is quite hard to teach English this kind of student. So I am going to start my presentation. Thank you so much for cooperation. So what happened?
This is the research context. I want to proceed another slide related to the statement of the problem. And in this slide or in this statement of the problem, such a scholar illustrate about their country as like the using the mobile phone is flexible engagement and self-directed study. It means in their foreign country. It means those who explore about this. It is really interesting and it is reliable using the mobile phone during the teaching way. And unstructured mobile phone is not good. For example, if we are going to teach grammar over there, we need to be careful what the students are doing at their mobile phone. They are just using YouTube or gaming there in class, or they are just focusing for their study. It is necessary to find out ourselves. And as like in the context of Nepal, there are different type of the problems occurs in government level. First one is school. There are not lots of the sources, related sources in government level, and the gap of the investigating the effectiveness of mobile phone in teaching and learning grammar at the secondary level is not a very simple thing. Of grammar affects the students. Achievements in the use and uses. And another is what can be the pedagogical implication of the findings. These are my research questions. So here are some significance of the study. You can easily see over here. And how the students use the mobile phone in the classroom, it is the most prominent factors. While we are really understanding about real context from the classroom, students can be easily interact one to another. So that for these strategies, teachers should be aware about each and everything. Why? Because if teacher is able to do something by his or herself, it is possible to share lots of the content and knowledge over there.
Second, what is the final meaning of the poetry? And most of the students who were taught in traditional method, they demand single correct interpretation of the poem, but poetry does not have single interpretation. Then sometimes, what does actually this mean? So finding the meanings of the poetry also challenge for our students. So what we did, then one British volunteer came to our campus at Dravyasha Multiple Campus, Gorkha. Then he came as a volunteer teacher and I invited him to my class. So there were 20 students, and most of them were girls. Only one was boy and other were girls. And they had limited experience of learning English. They basically depend on the textbook for learning English. And in our context, teaching learning is heavily exam focused. He loves reading poetry. I asked, and he agreed with me that we planned. Then we selected a poem that is composed upon Westminster Bridge by William Wordsworth.
If you see the education system on the country, it is a two-tier education system at the school level. We have basic level and secondary level. And at the school level, our curriculum is decided on the communicative competence. And there is close relationship between teachers and instructional decisions. They do not focus on the broader aspects of vocabulary as in a holistic manner.
It deserved more attention, but it received less scholarly attention, particularly up to 1980s. That is the history. Okay, and there were people who even said that vocabulary received a stepchild status in scholarly discourses as well as in the practice of pedagogy, language teaching and learning. And in communication, the role of lexis was more prioritized than grammar, and people started thinking and saying that you can communicate without the rules of grammar, without the knowledge of grammar, but you can not communicate anything without the knowledge of lexis. So with this realization, the paradigm shift occurred. Thanks for being interested and keenly understanding and grasping the information of the entire century as well, and saying in the other hand, 2 centuries but 1 entire century. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Richard. Yeah, it was really insightful session. However, we had very limited time. We are so very sorry to pressure you about the time, but we will listen very soon. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution. Now, I would like to invite Assistant Campus Chief Dr. Basu, both of sir, to hand over the token of appreciation to Professor Richard. Basu, sir. It was very important for us. So, yeah, thank you very much. Continue inviting us, and continue contributing us. Yes, continue us. Thank you very much for your contribution. Continue.
Take the seat of chair of this closing ceremony. Similarly, I would like to request Professor Dr. Vinod Luitel to take the seat of guest in this closing ceremony. Similarly, I would like to request Professor Dr. Kamal Kumar Paudel, Head of the Department of English Education, Central Department of Education, Tribhuvan University, to take the seat of guest in this closing ceremony. Similarly, I would like to call the names of our foreign delegates, Professor B. Girija from India, to take the seat of guest in this closing ceremony. Similarly, I would like to call the name of Professor Dr. Priya Kishan from Malaysia to take the seat of guest in this closing ceremony. Of Mr. Siddhiraj Joshi, Assistant Campus Chief of this campus, to take the seat of guest in this closing ceremony. And in the same way, I would like to call the name of Dr. Suril Sigdel, Chief of Student Welfare Section of this campus, as a guest of this very ceremony. And I would like to call some names of our teachers and colleagues and representatives from different campuses, from different regions. I just call the name Dr. Ambika Paudel from Saradhimi campus. Similarly, I would like to call the name of Dr. Kamalraj Devkota from Central Department of Education. Similarly, I would like to call the name of Mr. Dipendra Khatri from Surkhet Multiple Campus to take the seat of guest in this very ceremony. And I would like to call the name of Mr. Krishna Prasad Parajuli from Dropesa Multiple Campus Gorkha to take the seat of guest in this short ceremony. So our seating session is somehow over, and without much delay, sorry, so I have missed one name here to call. So I would like to call the name of Dr. S. Punguzhali to take the seat of guest in this closing ceremony. Thank you so much. So now we have a very short cultural show. For this cultural show, especially the dance, I would like to invite the performer Elisa and Pavina Tamang.
Namaste, respected guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Bachelor of Education students, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to everyone who made the second TU-TESOL International Conference a grand success. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the University Grants Commission and the Regional English Language Office for the generous support, and to our associate professors, lecturers, and amazing committee members for their hard work and dedication. Thank you also for giving me the privilege of speaking on behalf of the participants today. I still remember attending the first TU-TESOL International Conference last year with much excitement and curiosity. This year, it has been especially meaningful to experience the conference at our very own Mahendra Ratna campus, Tahachal. Through the presentations, discussions, and interactions, I have gained new perspectives in English language learning and teaching, and a deeper appreciation for our noble profession. I attended the first TU-TESOL International Conference with curiosity. I leave the second TU-TESOL International Conference with inspiration, and I look forward to the third TU-TESOL International Conference with hope for new ideas, new collaboration, and new opportunities to learn, to grow, and to contribute. Thank you once again to our generous sponsors, hardworking organizers, enthusiastic presenters, energetic volunteers, and wonderful participants. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Menuka, for your wonderful words and remarks about our conference. Thank you so much.
Respected Chair and Head of the Department of English Education at Mahendra Ratna Campus, Campus Chief, distinguished guest, Chief Guest, distinguished Professor, foreign delegates, scholars both from home and abroad, and the entire amazing team of Department of English at Mahendra Ratna Campus. First of all, I'd like to thank you for providing me this opportunity to share my reflection, observation as a participant as well as presenter of the second TU-TESOL International Conference. To make it again and again, so thanking once again, I would like to say that.
Thank you so much, Krishna sir, for your meticulous observation on our today's events. Thank you.
Thank you so much once again. So without much delay, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Kamal Kumar Paudel for the short remarks about this conference. Please, Kamal Kumar Paudel sir.
Thank you, Krishna-san. The chair, the campus chief, faculty from Mahendra campus, Tahachal. Okay, so you have come to the close. Congratulations. So I, by experience, know that it is not a very easy task to organize and accomplish a conference like this. Okay, it is a very challenging job in more than just one sense. But I could observe the contribution of the team member, I mean the faculty of Mahendra campus, the team spirit. I appreciated the way they saw their team spirit. So it has been a very grand success of this. So it has made a very grand success of this conference, this event that were held here. And from the viewpoint of the presence from different countries and different parts of Nepal itself.
This token of love to all the entire team who have dedicatedly worked for the conference. And special shout out to Mr. Prakash Bhatrai and Hariyate. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for you.
I am very happy to see you all here, especially all delegates, researchers, teachers, and students. I want to thanks to all of you, and especially those participants who come from different area or different part of the country and abroad. Also, I also very happy to see you here. In this session, 2 days and yesterday's, many research papers were presented, many discussions were well done here, and especially I want to give a thank you for HOD of English education and all participations. And on the behalf of campus, I also promise to you we will meet again on our next episode of TU-TESOL next year. Thank you very much.
For extending the vote of thanks to all the presenters, keynote speakers, panelists, as well as other panel discussants, and all the valued participants who made their valued presence within these 2 very days in the conference. So, Dr. Karki, floor is yours, please.
Namaskar. Conference chair, respected scholars, esteemed speakers, attend of this conference and our campus chief, distinguished participants, and dear colleagues, a very good afternoon to you all. It is an honor to a privilege to deliver the vote of thanks as we conclude the prestigious second TU-TESOL International Conference. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my deepest gratitude to our chief guest, special guest, and esteemed attendees from home and abroad for gracing this occasion with your precious and insightful contributions. Your participants have elevated the significance of this conference and enriched our collective learning. A heartfelt appreciation goes to keynote speakers, panelists, plenary speakers. This generous contribution to research and expertise have been instrumental in ensuring the success of this event. Student Welfare Center, and department heads and administrative staff and all the students for providing us with the space, facilities for the second TU-TESOL International Conference. Your support and hospitality made this smooth and successful, and we truly appreciate it. Finally, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to every individual and institution whose dedication, expertise, and support have made the TU-TESOL International Conference in this episode a meaningful platform for scholar exchange.
Thank you, Degmari Arki sir, for the vote of thanks to all the delegates, keynote speakers, all the plenary speakers.
I'm really extremely happy to be here in Nepal and spending 2 days here in the 2 days TU-TESOL International Conference at Mahendra Ratna campus of Tribhuvan University. Myself, Dr. Priya Krishnan and Dr. S. Purvali and the other foreign delegates from China, two of the keynote speakers. Really, we are very happy on seeing the hospitality of all the organizing committee, all the faculty members, all the guests, and various dignitaries and speakers, and everyone from the other campuses also. Okay, so we are very, very happy of being here and then participating in this 2-day conference. And from the very beginning, I could hear from this campus organizers that you lack infrastructure, quality of the professors that you are dealing with, and you have a very big legacy. I could see people, the professors who are handling this education department for more than 51 years. From Dr. Awasthi sir and sir. So I'm very happy, and I could able to, during the interaction, I also understood that they had their education from Central University of Hyderabad, and I'm really proud and happy to see you all here, and you are really doing so well. And this is your second international conference. Really, you have really done very well. And the participants, I should say, all the other participants, they were very participative and they were very accommodative. And during the sessions, I could see you are doing real research. So you are making your students to do real research, and I really appreciate this. And regarding your future aspirations on continuing the conferences for future, really I would like to even join for the next conference, third conference, maybe collaboratively. I would also like to co-organize with the third conference, and I should really thank Dr. Shivram Pandey sir for having introduced myself to the Nepal and to the Tribhuvan University, and I'm really happy to see so many scholars, and I'm really happy, and thank you for the opportunity. And I really appreciate, I would also like to appreciate Dr. Lokpal Rajni. From the day one when I was called, he was giving all the leads. He gives me, he sent me the invitation and everything. And I would like to talk about the hospitality that was extended by faculty members. They are, everybody is inviting us. Dr. Praveen Mahajan, Prakash sir, Dr. Pandey, Shivram Pandey sir, and Surya sir, and Dr. Lokpal Rajni, and Ma'am Ganga Lakshmi. So you accommodated very well here for all these 2 days, and tomorrow also we are going to stay. and really we enjoyed the stay in Nepal, and we have learned a lot from you. So really, you are doing a lot to your department, to your students. All of you are thinking about how to improve your students' learning capacity and all that. And sir has took us to 2 centuries. He has made such kind of research. So real research is being done in this university, and I'm really happy for giving me this opportunity. And I look forward for the further collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dr. B. Girija, for your kind words and words for collaboration in the days to come. As I have already announced, so we are very near to the end of this closing ceremony, as well as the formal closure of a 2-day TU-TESOL International Conference. So our head of the department and the chair of this very closing ceremony, as well as the head of the entire conference, I would like to request Associate Professor Dr. Lograj Rengbi to have short closing remarks, as well as to formally conclude a 2-day TU-TESOL International Conference. So, Dr. Lograj Rengbi, sir. So, with this, I would also like to be off, and I extend my sincere apology for the inconvenience, if any, during my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Krishna sir. Respected you all, we are at the end of our international conference, this closing ceremony, and a special thank. However, Dr. Karki has already thanked you all. A special thank goes to my team, my entire team, the Secretariat of We10 teachers, other members of my department. Without your support, without your endeavor, activities, this conference could not have been successful or possible. And I would like to thank campus administration, the international speakers, 5 international speakers, and you all participants, presenters from different parts of Nepal. We had 5 keynotes, 4 keynotes, 5 plenaries, 2 panel discussion, 1 feature talk, 1 workshop, and around 30 concurrent sessions. And we had very insightful discussion, interaction. We are the teachers, and our primary duty is to have the interaction with the mind of the learners. Now, we have interaction among us, among the professionals, among the practitioners, novice, experienced, all. So, I hope this international conference has been successful to provide you with insights, knowledge, skills, all those things. You are academically benefited, and at the end, again I would like to thank you all, and I would like to remind Professor B. Girija. She talked about collaboration. Professor Dr. Kamal Kumar Bodin, he also talked about collaboration. We are ready for collaboration. This is also an example of collaboration. So we can go together. We can go hand to hand. Again, I respect Professor Girija's voice. In the days to come, in real sense, we will be in collaboration for this. Right now, I have got the word from our campus chief too. So let's show our willingness for the sake of collaboration, in real collaboration in the days to come. Thank you very much. Again, thank you all. This program is over. And I would like to apologize if there was any discomfort, if there was any problem. Thank you all.